What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the REF Sense YouTube channel. And as you can see, Uncle Jesse has already started decorating for Christmas. I know it's a little bit early, but there's no denying it. Christmas is coming, and that's just how I roll. I hope everybody still likes me after this video is over. So I've been on my fragrance journey for about 2.5 years now, and I can tell you that I have made a ton of mistakes, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have. But this video is going to be about 5 mistakes that are massive. I'm not talking about these simple mistakes of don't rub your fragrances together or don't store your fragrances in the bathroom or please make sure you know where to spray your fragrances. These are massive mistakes that everybody, including myself, has made or is currently making. So bear with me. This may rub against the grain a little bit, but we're going to come out better on the other side. Here we go. Now, this first mistake can actually be kind of personal to a lot of people because fragrances are sometimes described in certain ways that can cause people to trip up in this area. And here's the mistake: expecting your fragrance to turn you into a different person. Now, I know that sounds a little bit goofy, but let me explain. A lot of times, and I do it myself, I'll describe fragrances as having a bad boy vibe or a gentlemanly vibe or romantic vibe, but that doesn't mean that when you spray a fragrance on, you're gonna go from being Clark Kent and turn into Superman. That's not the case. But what fragrance is made to do? Fragrance is made to accentuate the personality that you already have. It's not going to create a brand new personality. Let's say, for example, that you've got something like Gentleman Givenchy. This is the Eau de Parfum. Now, if you spray this on and you're wanting to get into a more formal, more classy type atmosphere, when you spray this on, you're not gonna all of a sudden get a monocle and a top hat and walk around like the Monopoly guy. However, this is just going to make you feel a little bit more bougie, a little bit more refined. And you're supposed to reach deep down inside yourself and tap into those areas of your personality and let those be the things that shine out. Or you can try out Dolce & Gabbana The One Eau de Parfum if you want a romantic scent. But this isn't going to make you a ladies' man. It is not going to be something that's going to just draw ladies left and right. What this does is this helps to accentuate the romantic side of your personality. And that is really what catches people's attention. So that is something to always remember. Fragrances are not going to turn you into something else. Rather, fragrances are going to bring out those parts of you that already exist. Because remember, you're awesome. Sometimes fragrances can help people remember it though. Now, this next mistake is actually one that I have to keep myself in check about. It seems like a rookie mistake whenever you say it, but I promise you that plenty of people struggle with this mistake, and that is assuming that price equals quality. I look at tons of niche fragrances online all the time, things that are between 180 to 450 and even higher, things that are exotic from different countries and have unique scent profiles, but that doesn't mean that they are better than some of these cheap fragrances that you can find at Walmart. Here is a perfect example. This is my least expensive fragrance in my collection. It is Liz Claiborne Lucky No. 6. This 50 milliliter bottle only costs $10 as of this video, $10.77 on fragrancex.com. I'm gonna leave a link in the description below. It's a spicy, woody fragrance that's accentuated with some sweet notes of plum and even has some green notes in there as well. It is an amazing, easy reach for guys, especially teenagers. Gets 5 to 6 hours of longevity. This is great. This works year-round. It works day or night. I recommend teenagers to have this in their collection. You can't go wrong with it. And then on the other end of the spectrum is another fragrance that I think is way overpriced and is not worth buying probably at all. And that is Creed Viking Cologne. This is a major citrus bomb that will run you retail about $350 to $400. I even saw a place online selling this for $500. But the scent is not that unique. It doesn't stand out. I think there are plenty of other fragrances that have just as much of a citrus feel to it, but don't cost nearly as much. And this one only lasts about 5 to 6 hours, the same as this $10 fragrance. Is this worth the price? In my opinion, it is not. It does serve its purposes. I don't think it smells bad, but it is severely overpriced for the quality that you're getting. Don't get this. Get this. I'm just saying, price doesn't always equal quality. Moving right along, so are you somebody that's stuck in your ways? You have the same habits, rituals, and everything like that that just kind of help you stay in your comfort zone? Well, when it comes to fragrances, that can actually be a bad thing. The mistake you don't want to make here is not trying anything new. There are thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of fragrances out there that can really blow you away. And that's what actually got me excited about fragrances. I always thought that, fragrances smelled like Aqua Velva and Old Spice. I remember what my dad used to smell like growing up after he would shave. He'd dab this stuff on his neck, and I was like, okay, that's what cologne's supposed to smell like. Boy, was I wrong when I realized that there was tobacco out there, what bergamot smelled like. Men can wear things that smell like roses. It's nuts. So be sure to try new things. Here are 2 fragrances that I recommend. They're both niche, by the way. The first one is from Paris House Alexander J, and this one's called the Majestic Oud. Now, I've featured quite a few oud fragrances on my channel here in the last couple of weeks, but this is a niche fragrance that's about $150 to $175 on their website, and this fragrance actually doesn't smell as much like oud, but when you spray it on, it smells a little bit more like mesquite wood, almost like you're smoking something, like smoking a piece of meat out in your backyard for a barbecue. It's not an off-putting smell though, but it is different. This is something new, and you may realize that you really enjoy this type of scent profile. Another one, I actually just featured it on my last YouTube video. It is from Wilgermain called Inconfessible, another niche fragrance house. And this one right here has a very unique elegance, as the top notes are black pepper and ginger, but it is really accentuated with base notes that are like woody, like cedar and sandalwood. And when you put all of these together, it just makes this really amazing scent profile that is, even though it's woody and spicy, it's somehow fresh, and it works for warm weather. And it is definitely unisex. Guys, girls can wear this. It really, really fits the bill for trying something new. So I definitely recommend either of these 2 fragrances, but regardless of if you go with these or not, step out of your comfort zone a little bit, try something new, and you will realize that there is so much to be excited about in the world of fragrances. Now, the 4th mistake in fragrances has to do with niche fragrances of all things. It's a little bit of a touchy subject for a lot of people, because there is a belief, and this could be another mistake, but I'm not going to feature this as an actual entry, but there is a belief amongst a lot of people that quantity is better than quality. I can get, 8, 9 fragrances that equal the price of one niche bottle. But here's the actual mistake that you can make, is thinking that niche fragrances are out of your price range. As a matter of fact, you'd be surprised that when you go and look around online for different fragrances, you can afford more than you think. Let's take this popular fragrance, a recent release, for an example. It's Dior Sauvage Elixir. I love this fragrance, by the way. But in terms of designer fragrances, okay, a lot of people seem to shoot more for designer because It's like window shopping. You go to the store and you see this. You can try it. You don't see very much Creed, or you don't see very much Parfums de Marly unless you go to the right stores, but this is much more readily available. $165. It is kind of expensive, but people consider this more when they can try it out. But there are things in the niche world that are cheaper than this bottle. Mancera Oud Lemon Mint. I just featured this on my last video as well. This nice woody, citrusy, and minty. When I say minty, it's like mint leaves, not like spearmint. This one is about $80, $90. Take, for example, Memoirs of a Trespasser by Imaginary Authors. $95 for this 50 milliliter bottle, and it is a banger. It smells very woody, very vanilla-y. Smells like you're roasting marshmallows by a campfire. Longevity is like 10 hours on this one. Montal Honey Oud. This one right here only cost me $100. It is phenomenal. Woody notes, some sweet notes, a little bit of leather in there. This is a very masculine fragrance that is not overpowering and is absolutely stunning. I definitely recommend this. Like I said, I got this for $100. And then finally, this one coming in right here, a big time banger. It is very niche and kind of exclusive. It's an Italian brand, Tiziana Terenzi Spirito Fiorentino. This one right here smells a whole lot like Baccarat Rouge 540. However, it has a dry down that is much different as it settles into more amber and leather in this one. It is absolutely stunning. This one, as of this video, is about $155 on Joma Shop, somewhere around that one. Cheaper than this designer fragrance. I just gave you 4 niche fragrances, all cheaper than the designer. It is absolutely within your reach. Do not shortchange yourself. If you want to save up for a niche fragrance, stop wasting your money on like these 5, 6 fragrances and go for it. You can do it, man. I believe in you. Uncle Jesse, he believes in you. I just hit myself really hard. Lastly, I'm going to identify a problem that's going to leave me a bit vulnerable, and at the same time, I may piss a couple of you off because I'm about to call you out a little bit. Now, I'm only doing it because this was probably the thing that I struggle with more than anything on this list, okay? And here it is. You rely too much on influencers. I basically just said, you don't have to stick around with Jesse forever. Now, first off, I want you to, okay? Hear me out, I want you to. You guys are my friends. I love speaking to you. I love having you with me. But what I'm trying to do is not just give you fish. I'm trying to teach you how to fish. If you understand that, saying, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. That's what I'm trying to do. I want to give you the tools to explore and discover on your own. And here's the thing about influencers. Their opinions range so drastically. Take this for example, Creed Viking. So many people hate on this one. I love it. It is an incredibly unique fragrance from the house of Creed that I think really stands out in their collection. On the other hand, I loathe this fragrance so much. I wish it were dead in every way. But there are so many fragrance influencers out there that love this, okay? Who are you to believe? Me, them, me, whatever. I love this fragrance, and I've seen some fragrance influencers kind of rip on this. It is YSL Opium Pour Homme. It's spicy, it's a little bit herbaceous. A big note in here is star anise. You don't find that very often, but this is a classy, gentlemanly fragrance. And then you've got one that some people really like that I hate, which is Dolce & Gabbana K. This is Eau de Parfum. More people hated this, but there were a few that liked it. Who do you know who to believe? Okay? If you're relying on me, if you're relying on other fragrance influencers just as your source of information, you're gonna fall short, okay? Because it's not just about what information we can provide to you. It is about what we can teach you in order for you to do it on your own. Guys, I am here for you. I am here to help guide you in any way that I can, but I promise it's only going to go so far. If you want a truly well-rounded collection, if you want to really get the most out of your fragrance journey, then take that next step. Do the studying and learn things that I have brought you, that other fragrance influencers have brought you, and take the next step with those things. It is in your power to discover these things, man. Go fishing. And there we have it, guys. Is everybody okay? Everybody make it through the video all right? I hope so. I know that some of these problems and mistakes may have cut you a little bit. I know they did me because, like I said, I have struggled with some or all of these at one point or another. But it is just one of the many things that are going to make your fragrance journey absolutely amazing. I hope everybody has enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to go down in the description below and check out some of the fragrances that I'm listing, along with the links to where you can shop for them. Be sure to drop me a donation if you get a chance, and be subscribed to all of my social media channels. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love you, and I'll see you next time.